Hello and welcome, my name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates, and thank you for joining me today for this week's Rockstar Stamp Set of the Week. So it has a total of 7 images and also has coordinating dies to go with it. So as per usual, I have stamped it out onto a piece of scrap paper or just white copy paper so I can actually see what I've got and see how it works. So obviously we've got the guitar, microphone, drumstick, we've got some Ziggy Stardust lightning bolts, and you're a rock star, have a rock and roll birthday, and thanks for being an icon. So today's card, what I have created is this one here, and it just uses the designer series paper that you can purchase alongside the stamp set and dies. It comes with this, what do they call it, plectrum. So a rather large plectrum and a small plectrum, but today we're just going to use the large plectrum and the die to cut out the lightning bolts and the microphone. So that is the actual card. Open it up, and inside I've just got that as an inside layer. So let me bring in the supplies and tell you what we have. So first and foremost, I have got, not that piece of paper, that's not needed. So we have black cardstock measuring 8 inches by 5 3/4, piece of the designer series paper which measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I then have a piece of lemon lolly. I do apologise, that seems to be the dulcet tones of my dog, who's got very excited to come and see us. Something's obviously happening outside that's grabbed her attention, so I do apologise. So back to our layer. Now that is 3 inches by 5 1/2. I have then got a piece, it's my husband's arriving. I then have a white piece of cardstock which measures 2 3/4 by 5 1/2, and that will layer onto there like so. I have a piece of scrap for my very large plectrum. I have an inside layer for the card and also some paper, scrap white paper, so that I can stamp out the microphone and the lightning bolts. So let us start with the basics. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to layer these up. So I'm going to fold this piece of cardstock in half, and somewhere along here I have put my bone folder. I wonder where I put that. It's around here somewhere, just not around at the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to use my finger. If this ever happens to you, don't forget you can use your large blocks just to push down the side of the cardstock to give you that crease. I then can layer this piece of designer series paper on. I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue, like so, and then that will layer over the top. So that will just, as central as I can have it. And then we will come on with our yellow piece. Again, I'm going to use my multi-purpose, like so. That will then fit dead center, but will reach the top and the bottom of the designer series paper. So you literally have only got 2 small panels, one here and one here, showing through of the designer series paper. Now before I stick down the white piece that'll go there, I'm going to bring in my stamp of the microphone. I'm going to stamp that up in Memento Black. I'm going to roughly work out where that's going. So I'm going to try and aim for this corner of the microphone to touch just before that section, and then the microphone stand will just come through. So let's pop that down like so. Okay, there you are for that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this 3 times, once, twice and 3, just roughly so I know where the cardstock is going to go. Sorry, the stamp is going to go when I layer it. So the first one will go probably there. Get that off there, and then probably just about there, like so. Let's bring that up so you can see it. All of a sudden the sunshine's decided to come out and give you that dynamic view where you can't see anything. Right, so my next thing to do is to take my lemon lolly, cut that out of that. Then I'm going to cut myself out a new microphone, stamp up 3 of the lightning bolts, run those through the embossing folder, not the embossing folder, the die cutting machine, and I will come back with the following. Okay, so somewhere here, there it is. So there's my very large plectrum, the 3 little lightning bolts, okay, and my microphone. So that will actually stand on there like so. Now that I've done that, I'm going to stick this piece of cardstock down onto here. And by doing this, I can roughly work out where I want my plectrum to go before I stick the other microphone down. So let's stick that down with my multi-purpose glue yet again. Run that down like so. Turn it over. Again, it should touch at the top and at the bottom, and roughly giving you 1/8 of a millimetre either side. Before I stick this down, I'm going to put the sentiment, "You're a rock star," onto here, stamp that onto here, using again the Memento black ink. I'm going to make sure that is quite high up to the top. That way I've got room to put the lightning bolts and the microphone over the top. Push that down to there. Whoop, there we go. Now this can be layered flat onto here. I'm going to use glue. There's no need to use dimensionals on this part. So I think that's going to work quite well there. So I'm going to stick my glue on the back. There we go. And that will go just roughly there. Okay. Whoa, that moved slightly. Okay, so now that we can add the microphone, I'm actually going to add dimension with that using my dimensionals. She says, oh, there they are. Now, on this occasion, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the dimensionals on the microphone down here rather than actually the piece I've cut. That way, I know I'm only putting them where I really want them to go. So, one there, one there, one there. And then I'm going to use what they call the bones of the pack of dimensionals. That's a tiny bit there. I'm just going to snap that bit there. Or cut that bit there, should I say, and then that will sit on the stand. I will quickly remove the backings of this, and the microphone can then be put into position. Making sure I'm covering up what I've already stamped. There we are. Alright, so that's that one. Next thing to do is to put my well, I've called them lightning bolts, but I suppose it just emphasizes if somebody is speaking. So I want to cover that one there, and then that one there. Okay. Again, I'm going to make those 3D. And I'm going to use these tiny bones of the dimensionals again, because they'll fit quite nicely in the centre of each one of these. For example, I can put that there, so you can see, just bring that up so you can see, so just in the middle, and then they shouldn't show through when I stick it down onto here. So let's put that one there. Actually, I might move that 2 seconds to about there. There we go. Then I'm going to do the same on this black one. If you have the small dimensionals rather than the big ones, which I'm using here, I would imagine they would fit quite well. So that's going to fit there. And then the last one is this one. Let's take that bit. And that will go again, slap bang in the middle of the card like so. Yeah, okay. And that will go onto here. So we now have those in place. So the only thing I need to do now is put the happy birthday here. I have 2 pieces of paper. This one is on the white cardstock, measures 1/2 inch by 2 inches, and that enables me to stamp my happy birthday. So again, I'm just going to stamp that in the black memento. So that looks like that. That's going to be layered onto this piece of lemon lolly. This is now 2 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. So that can be layered using the multi-purpose. So roughly centre, like, whoops, I do apologise, that was a little bit wonky. There we go. Now I need it to sit over the microphone. So as the microphone is raised, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the dimension to either end, but not in the centre of my piece of card. So again, just going to cut myself 2 tiny pieces, putting the flatter side to the outer, and that's the flat side rather than the bulbous side, go on the outside like that. And then when we stick that down, that will stick quite nicely onto the card like so. That's 1 and 2. That measures over to there. So the only thing left to do now is to put the inside piece. Now if you wish to, you can put that in black, but on this occasion I'm going to ink up the microphone again. Put that in place. There we go. And then I'm going to use the lightning bolts, I suppose they're going to call them again, but in the lemon lolly, like so. So it gives the effect that somebody is actually talking on the microphone. Okay. Once you're sure that's dry, I'm just going to run the multi-purpose down the back again, taking that and popping that inside this particular card. There we are, just like so. So that is today's card, and that's the one I did previously. So I hope you like those. They were quick and quite fun to create. Obviously we'll be back on Friday with a quick video and showing the cards that we created on Thursday for our coffee and cards. Obviously, if you're in the vicinity, you're very welcome to join us. That's Filter Coffee at 10 a.m. till 12 noon. So thank you again for joining me for this particular card, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care and lots of love. Bye.